So I want to show you this thing that I think of in my head as the Buddy Guy 4-chord trick. And just to be clear, it's not that there are 4 different chords involved. It's a lick that works over the 4-chord. So I'm going to show it to you in the key of A. So Buddy Guy was one of the first sort of serious Chicago blues guitar players I found out about sort of after hearing Eric Clapton and then hearing B.B. King, and then suddenly I was like, oh, who's this guy? And recently I was listening to some Buddy Guy, and I hadn't really been, sort of like, oh, there he is in the cosmos, great, Buddy Guy's out there. And I've seen him play a bunch and all that, but I hadn't really listened to him in a long time. And listening to him play, my ear was really caught by this thing that he does when he gets to the 4-chord. And I had to stop and figure out, like, what is that? Because it's so cool. And it's really simple, and it's such a great idea. And there are a million different things you can do with the idea once you have just this one lick. So let me show it to you. So what it is basically, as Buddy Guy's going along, over the first 4 bars, he might be playing here in A. But when he gets to the 4-chord, you hear this. And there's lots of different permutations of it, but that is the gist. And then back to the 1-chord. So it's just a moment at the beginning of the 4-chord, and it sounds fantastic. And what's going on is, I don't know how Buddy Guy is thinking about it, but this is how I think about it, is he's going here, he's on the 4-chord, he's on the D, and he goes up here, and that is that basic major pentatonic position, the first one that everybody learns, where it's like, well, take the minor pentatonic and slide it down 3 frets, and now you've got major pentatonic. Only he's doing it on the D chord, so D minor pentatonic would be here, D major pentatonic would be here. So he's basically on the 4-chord going to D major pentatonic and doing this bend, which takes you up to the 3rd of D. So it sounds really sweet and really bright. And then, before he even gets back to the A chord, he's jumped back down into the minor pentatonic for A minor. So gone from this sweeter, brighter sound down to this darker, dirtier sound. So that is the move in and of itself. And so let me play it over a groove and show you what I'm talking about. So for the first 4 bars, I'll just be playing over A to set it up. Just playing basic pentatonic stuff. Here we go. Now here comes the 4-chord. That's really all there is to that. So now there are other things and other places you can go with that. And if you just take the idea of, oh, I can go up to this position, now you can do all kinds of D major pentatonic stuff while you're here. It won't still be Buddy Guy anymore, but it'll be you or whoever it is, and it'll sound cool. And so one of my favorite things to do is to, if you're going to play in the D major pentatonic position over the 4-chord, is to grab that root up here, the D, up on the 10th fret, and then slide up. So I'm sliding in, I'm holding the high string, and then I'm playing the 6th fret. It's a bit of a stretch. 6th fret and then the high string. So 6th fret on the 2nd string, 10th fret on the high string. Double stop, you can grab it with your middle and your ring finger, or you could brush it with the pick. And then climb up like that. So slide, 8th fret, 9th fret, 10th fret, and then back. And then again, you could go back to the 1-chord. So here's what that might sound like. So again, the first 4 bars are just kind of killing time on A. So just setting up that basic A minor pentatonic feeling. And then So that's just taking the basic idea of the buddy guy move and then applying it to a completely different context. But it's the same idea of going to the brighter major pentatonic sound of D major pentatonic over the 4 chord. So I'm sure you can think of a lot of other ways to apply this, but there's 2 right there, starting with the buddy guy move. So have fun checking that out. I'm David Hamburger. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.